This week's Parshat Vayechi is the final Parsha of Sefer Breshit, and it is the final Parsha that deals with the story of the Avot. This is why it is fitting that Yaakov charges his sons with his tzava'ah, his ethical will, in this week's Parsha. A tzava'ah is a document, or in this case a speech, that leaves instructions and passes on values and ideals to the next generation. In context of the Parsha, Yaakov prophetically expresses his thoughts about what his sons' descendants will be like in the future. However, Yaakov's tzava'ah is not just a list of instructions to his sons. It is also Yaakov's attempt to fix the terrible parenting job that he had done throughout his life. Yaakov cannot be considered the best of parents. He favored one child above the others, stood idly by his daughter was raped, and failed to take action against his sons when they acted vilely. Yaakov's last words to Reuben, Shimon, and Levi show awareness on Yaakov's part that he needed to express his feelings to his sons. In Breshit Lamed Hey Kaf Bet, the Torah tells us, "Vayelech Reuben, vayishkav Bilha pilegesh aviv." Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine. Immediately afterwards, the Torah writes, "Vayishma Yisrael," and Israel heard. Although Yaakov knew what Reuben had done, Yaakov does not react in any way to his son's affront to his honor. Yaakov doesn't rebuke or punish Reuben in any way. This reaction is in stark contrast to Yaakov's words to Reuben in this week's Parsha. Yaakov rebukes Reuben. Al totar ki alita mishkevei avicha, al schilalta yisui Allah. You shall excel no longer, for when you mounted your father's bed, you brought disgrace. According to Rashi, Yaakov explicitly lays out to Reuben that he will not receive the blessings that he was destined to have as the firstborn. In this way, Yaakov tries to rectify his silent demeanor after Reuben laid Bilhah. Yaakov also follows the same model when he speaks to Shimon and Levi. He first points out the evil they had done during their lives when he says, "Shimon v'Levi Yachim," Shimon and Levi are brothers. On these words, Rashi comments that Yaakov grouped Shimon and Levi together because together they slaughtered the city of Shechem and came up with a plot against Yosef. Although it is true that Yaakov does rebuke the brothers after the Shechem incident, Yaakov only admonishes them for negatively affecting Yaakov's position in Canaan, not for the insidious action they had perpetrated. In the episode of Shechem, Yaakov fails to punish his two sons for their action. Therefore, on his deathbed, Yaakov curses their descendants when he exclaims, "Arura apam ki az ve'avartam ki kashta achalkem v'Yaakov avitzem b'Yisrael." Cursed be their anger so fierce and their wrath so relentless. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them throughout Israel. Not only does Yaakov curse Shimon and Levi, but he also emphasizes the severity of their crimes by not even talking to them directly. He only refers to them in the third person. As in the case of Reuben, Yaakov is once again trying to be the parent he never was. Yaakov's last-ditch effort at being a decent parent emphasizes a very important idea about missed opportunities. In Pirkei Avot, the Mishnah says, "Ve'al tamar lichshe'efne eshne, shema lo tipaneh." And do not say, "When I free myself of my concerns, I will study," for perhaps you will never free yourself. The Tana is teaching us that we should study when we have the opportunity, because there may be a time when we won't have the opportunity to do so. This statement can also be seen in the context of teaching. A person should teach when he has the opportunity, because there may come a time when he may not have the opportunity to do so. Yaakov became aware of this lesson right before it was too late. As he lay on his deathbed, he probably pondered all the deeds, good and bad, that he had done in his life. One of Yaakov's most glaring shortcomings was his ineptness as a parent. Yaakov suddenly realizes that he has only a few minutes to live before he will be gone forever. He realizes that the moment in which his children surround him is the last opportunity he will ever have to fix the wrong he had done in his life. It is for this reason that Yaakov rebukes his wayward children and teaches them about their shortcomings in the way that he does. Yaakov's last words teaches us that it is never too late to rectify a situation, or learn or teach a new lesson. However, the most important idea that we can draw from Yaakov's ethical will is that it is better to say what we need to say and do what we need to do when we have the opportunity, and not wait until the opportunity is gone forever. Shabbat Shalom.